Hello, buddies. It's me, Anu, your math enthusiast from channel Class 6 Maths, who wants every kid to fall in love with maths. So, today I'm here with the new topic of fractions, that is chapter number 7 of NCERT book. I'm sure maximum of you are excited to know about it, but some of you might be thinking that why are we learning it? What is the use of it in real life? So, my answer to those curious little minds is that unknowingly fractions are used everywhere in our day to day life, and I'm going to shed light on it in the upcoming slide. Let's see. Think about the time when you go to a restaurant with your friends and the waitress brings a single bill. So, to divide the total amongst the friends, what do we use, class? Fractions. Also, when you go shopping for a new bag or new stationery and there is half off on everything due to sale, then to calculate the new price, what do we use again, class? Fractions. Wow. And if you have to meet your friend in 30 minutes or half an hour, then also fractions come into play. Some more examples that I want to share with all of you are as follows. Suppose while cooking, I have a recipe to serve two people, but I have some guests at my home and now I have to cook for five people. I got so nervous and worried that how will I adjust the ingredients? But fractions came to rescue me and I could adjust the ingredients accordingly and cook for five people. Wow. And moreover, exams or test marks are also written in form of fractions like 18 by 20. Like I have scored 18 marks out of total 20 marks. Wonderful. And a very common situation when your friend forgets tiffin and you have to share with her by unknowingly using fractions. Like I share bread or chapati by dividing it into two or four equal parts, and then also I'm using fractions. Awesome. So fractions are everywhere around us. I hope with these few examples, I am able to convince you all that fractions are indispensable part of our life and they impact everything profoundly around us. And to make proper use of it in our daily life, let's jump into it and understand the basics of it. Before explaining the definition of fraction, class, I want to ask all of you one yummy question. One day I was having a pizza and suddenly a friend comes up, so I had to divide the pizza equally. Right. So now, do I call this situation as two pizzas or two parts of a pizza? I know, very interesting as well as a confusing question, class. Come on, all of you, try it out. What do we call them? Two pizzas or two parts of a pizza? Yes, class. The answer is these are two parts of a pizza. When I have broken or when I have sliced one whole pizza into two parts. So, we cannot use natural numbers, whole numbers, or integers to represent these two parts. What are we going to use, class? Fractions. So, we are going to use fractions. Basically, they are parts of a whole. So these are two parts which are represented as half. So let's see the definition, class. So a fraction is a word that originated from Latin word fractus, which means broken. So here also we sliced one single pizza or one whole pizza into two parts. And the proper definition is that a fraction is a number representing part of a whole. So these were the two parts which we represented using fractions, half and half. Also, the whole may be a single object or a group of objects. The parts have to be equal. These 2 points I will elaborate in the next slide. So the first point is the whole may be a single object or a group of objects. So as we can see in the first picture, we have a single object, a circle, in which we have how many parts, class? 1, 2, 3 and 4 parts, out of which 3 are shaded. So the fraction of shaded part is 3 by 4. Clear, everyone? Next is a group of objects. So here we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 apples, out of which we are saying that 3 are fresh apples, fourth one is rotten. So 3 by 4 here is a fraction of fresh apples. So in both the cases we are using fractions, but in the first case we have a single object. This is a single object, but this is a group of objects. I hope it is clear, class. Moving to the next point, the parts have to be equal. This is very, very important, class, because fractions are applicable only when we divide the whole into equal parts. So here we have divided a rectangle into 5 equal parts, in which 3 are shaded green. So fraction of green shaded part is 3 by 5. And in the last picture we can see that there is unequal division of parts. So fractions are not applicable here. I hope I was able to explain my point, class. Now let's see how to represent the fractions. That is also very, very important to understand, class. Let's check it out now. Let's see how to represent a fraction. For this, let's revise the definition. Fraction is a part of a whole. So we can write it like this: part upon whole. Let me explain this with an example. We have a rectangle which we have divided in how many parts? Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So if we have to tell the fraction for yellow shaded part, it will be, how many parts are shaded yellow? 3. And whole means total number of parts. So it will be 3 by 5. So this is the fraction for yellow part, yellow shaded part. Right? So we have given some special names to them, right? So the number that we are writing above the line is known as numerator, and the one that we are writing below the line is known as denominator. I hope everyone is clear about it. So D for down, you can memorize like this also, that D for down and D for denominator, right? So if suppose I ask you all that what is the fraction of green shaded part, what will be the answer, class? How many parts are shaded green? 1 and 2. So for green shaded part, the fraction will be 2 by 5. This is green shaded part. I hope everyone is clear about it. Let me end this chapter with some examples. Let's understand the representation of fractions with this yummy examples. So I have one whole pizza and 3 different scenarios. In the first case, I have divided the whole pizza into 2 equal parts. In the next case, I divided the pizza into 4 equal parts. And in the last one, I divided it into 8 equal parts. Right? So we all know that fractions are nothing but the part of a whole thing, right? The upper part is known as numerator, and the one that we are writing below the line is known as denominator. So I want to tell the fractions of the pizza that I have eaten in the different scenarios. So let's see how to represent them. So in the first case, I have eaten 1 slice, but the total number of slices are 2. So the fraction is 1 by 2. In the second case, we have divided the whole pizza into 4 equal parts. I have eaten 1 part. So the fraction of pizza that I have eaten is 1 by 4. Right? And in the last scenario, again we have divided the whole pizza into 8 parts. So in the denominator we have 8, but as I've already said that the part that I have eaten is only 1, so in the numerator we have 1. So the fraction eaten is 1 by 8. I hope all of you understood the basics of fractions, how to represent them, and the importance of it in our day to day life. So, class, if you're gaining from my videos, then please do like, share, and subscribe my channel for more such content. So, till then, keep watching, keep learning. Till then, bye bye.